World News. Governor Fubara assures of delivery of 7.1-kilometer Ipo-Igruta bypass before October 2026. African Women in Leadership Organization kicks against women underrepresentation in Nigerian politics. Plus, stakeholders caution against airlifting of possible carriers of Ebola virus disease. Good evening, you're welcome to Rstv World News. I'm Fito Benson Ajayi. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we all must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. River State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has announced the 65% completion of the 7.1-kilometer Ipo-Igruta bypass road in the Kwere local government area. Governor Fubara made the announcement shortly after inspecting the progress of work achieved. Tamno Barbie Ibuluo gives us more.
The project was flagged off last December with the aim to permanently end the recurring gridlocks on the Port Harcourt Airport Road, often caused by community protests against aviation authority. Governor Fubara explained that in a modern economy, blocking major transit over local grievances, hot state scammers, and can no longer be tolerated. With the contractors promising to deliver the remaining 35% of the construction on schedule, he assured residents that the critical infrastructure will be fully delivered before October this year.
Sometime last year, about December 13th or so, we did a flag off while we were commissioning the road. We have always had these issues where the community will always, when they want to express their anger over some dissatisfaction of maybe some activities of the airport authority, they always block the airport road, and we thought in this modern society such actions are not necessary anymore, because whenever it happens, it affects the economic activity of the state.
Governor Fubara also emphasized that his administration remains focused on delivering tangible development despite political distractions.
We want to assure our people that, notwithstanding the situation of things, one thing that we have promised everyone is every good work that we have started, by the special grace of God, will continue and complete them. And like we always say, rivers first.
The governor reiterated his core policy of putting rivers first, while promising that no ongoing project initiated by his government will be abandoned. Tamunno Barabi Ibulubo, Rstv News.
The immediate past member representing Obiakpo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Kingsley Chinda, has been declared winner of the governorship direct primary election of the All Progressive Congress held in River State. He was declared winner by the State Returning Officer Bitrus Kwamote after the final collation of results from the 23 local government areas of the state. Justice Ihumo has more.
Honorable Kingsley Chinda scored a total of 268,497 votes as the sole candidate of the party. Kingsley Chinda is now certified as the governorship candidate of All Progressives Congress for the 2027 governorship election in the state. The state returning officer, Mr. Bitrus Kwamotu, commended the smooth and peaceful processes of the election.
The name of the aspirant, which is the sole aspirant, Chinda Ogundu Kingsley, is scored the total number of votes 268,497. Chinda Ogundu Kingsley, having satisfied the requirements of the APC Constitution and guidelines, and scored the highest number of votes is hereby declared winner of the primary election for Rivers State dated this 21st day of May 2026.
Some APC chieftains also spoke about the election.
Rivers State will have one family and will go for the best candidate. That is what you have seen. What you have seen, the emergence of Right Honorable Kingsley Ogundi-Chinda, is the fact that APC has been reorganized to face the greater challenges of development in Rivers State. And we are very excited, we're elated to see that we have a candidate, a qualitative candidate that will support the delivery of goods and services in Rivers State that the greater number of Rivers people earnestly yearn for.
Justice Ihunwo, Rstv News.
The federal government should diversify the Niger Delta economy by investing heavily in agriculture, encouraging small and medium-scale business, technology, and other sectors where youth will be engaged for greater productivity and development. Those were some of the recommendations by Professor of Public Administration Gordy Wilson while delivering the 78th inaugural lecture of the topic, The Paradox of Plenty, Oil, Wealth and Development Crisis in the Niger Delta. Godspar Anele has the details.
Professor Wilson described the Niger Delta oil and gas-rich region of Nigeria as the economic mainstay of the country. And since its discovery, which is supposed to be a blessing to the region, is now a resource cost to the people, despite the government intervention agencies attributing it to community allies compromise and the negligence on the part of government. The host communities, instead of enjoying basic amenities and rapid all-round development, they rather face underdevelopment, poverty, economic disconnect, poor infrastructure, sicknesses, and environmental degradation, while calling on the federal government, oil multinationals, and other agencies to intervene on socio-economic development of the region. The inaugural lecturer further recommended that the oil companies, allies, traditional rulers, and youth leaders should be guided on their activities and should be prosecuted if found culpable in the oil and gas illegal transactions. Professor Wilson also recommended that there should be proper security training, including local vigilante, to protect oil installations, and the oil multinationals should ensure regular clean-up oil and gas-impacted communities and compensate them adequately.
Central government take the large sum. The state take the remaining one. What's given to the host community is just a minor that cannot impact adequately in terms of their development. I recommend that going forward, there should be an enabling law, enabling instruments, in addition to the BIA, to ensure that host communities are taken care of adequately.
Acting Vice Chancellor Ignatius Ajiro University of Education, Professor Okechukwu Onwuchukwu, who dissected the 69-page lecture booklet, expressed satisfaction at the in-depth research by Professor Gordy Wilson, appealed to the federal government relevant authorities to adopt the recommendations provided to better the Niger Delta region and the country. Gospel and Anele, Rstv News.
The African Women in Leadership Organization, AWLO, has reiterated the urgent need for deliberate, progressive, and sustained actions towards the inclusion of women in governance and politics across Nigeria. A statement by Dr. Elisha Atai, founder, global president, African Women and Leadership Organization, and Chief Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of Liberia, AWLO board chairperson, said as the political activities and party primaries continue across the nation, it has become more evident that the outcomes so far do not reflect meaningful progress in women's representation and participation. The statement noted that rather than advancing inclusion, many recent developments suggest a concerning decline in the commitment to gender-balanced leadership and equitable political participation. According to the statement, women continue to remain significantly underrepresented in Nigeria's political landscape despite their immense contributions to nation building, democratic growth, economic advancement, and community development, insisting that Nigeria as a society cannot truly progress while systematically limiting the voices, visibility, and opportunity of half of the population. It said that this moment called for sincere reflections from political parties, institutions, and stakeholders across the country, stressing that inclusion must go beyond public declarations and become visible in practical actions, policies, nominations, and electoral outcomes that intentionally create room for women to participate and lead. The organization was particularly concerned about the reported disqualification of the Senator Ipalibo Banigo, one of only 4 women currently serving in the Nigerian Senate and the only female senatorial representative from Rivers State, which situation it noted further highlights the urgent need for political systems and party structures that genuinely supports and protects the participation of women in leadership. AWLO therefore called on political parties, decision makers, and all democratic stakeholders to take immediate and progressive steps towards ensuring greater inclusion of women in governance and politics. The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has pledged to strengthen its partnership with the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJFCT Council, to combat disinformation that promotes credibility information dissemination ahead of the 2027 general elections. Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NITDA, Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, made this known in a goodwill message delivered during the 2026 NUJ FCT Press Week in Abuja. Abdullahi described the theme of the Press Week 2027 elections, defending Nigeria's democracy in the age of disinformation, as timely and critical, noting that while digital technology has expanded access to information, it has also accelerated the spread of falsehood and manipulation. According to him, disinformation poses a serious threat to democratic values because of its undermined public truth and distorts facts. He assured journalists of the agency's continued support through digital literacy program tools and frameworks aimed at helping media professionals navigate the evolving digital information space safely and effectively. Acting Director General of the Federal Capital Territory Emergency Management Department, Abdul Rahman Mohammed, has appealed to residents living close to water channels to consider relocating as rainy seasons intensify. The appeal followed a flooding incident in the early hour of Friday at a one-story building in Mabushi district of the FCT. In a statement signed by the head of public affairs, Nkechi Issa, the FEMD said the overnight downpour led to flooding of the ground floor of the building. The agency disclosed that it received a distress call and immediately deployed its search and rescue team to the scene and found both flats on the ground floor submerged up to the window level. Still ahead on the news, fatal building collapse in Morocco claims 9 lives. In sports, FIFA to introduce sign language interpreters during World Cup 2026. These and others when we return.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on
YouTube RSTVPH, Facebook RSTVPH, TikTok RSTVPH,
and GoTV at channel 142.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids.
Now, all of us like to chop better food. Food where they make body tranga and vegetables where fresh like say tomorrow not day. We want make the chocolate sweet the way we go like them. No cubes. Now it be the secret. They make them with correct ingredients like chicken, parsley, garlic, plenty iron corn full and palm to make your chocolate palm bar for you. Come the sweet well. Now it be the cocoa. Make we carry salute, throw away give no.
Change your world by changing waiting day your plate.
It's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go!
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
The Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide presents a one-day singles program. Are you 35 years and above and still single? Are you 50 years and above and not yet married? Are you experiencing disappointments in your relationships? Is there a curse of thou shalt not marry operating in your family? Do you have a water spirit husband or wife blocking your marriage physically? Worry no more. For today, Dr. Jesus has remembered you. In this one-day special singles program, strictly for singles, tagged, Something Good Must Happen. Date, Saturday, 23rd May 2026. Time, 9 a.m. Venue, OPM GRA 2, number 2 Gregor Buifen Street, off Casablanca, GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt. Come believing and ready to pray and let Dr. Jesus turn your situation around for good. OPM, Dr. Jesus in action, Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point oh.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land at Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids.
Now, all of us like to chop better food. Food where they make body tranga and vegetables where fresh like say tomorrow not day. We want make the chocolate sweet the way we go like them. No cubes. Now it be the secret. They make them with correct ingredients like chicken, parsley, garlic, plenty iron corn full and palm to make your chocolate palm bar for you. Come the sweet well. Now it be the cocoa. Make we carry salute, throw away give no.
Change your world by changing waiting day your plate.
It's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go!
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Thank you for remaining with us. Stakeholders in the air transport sector have urged airline operators to avoid transporting individuals suspected of showing symptoms associated with Ebola virus disease (EVD) in order to minimize the risk of cross-border transmission. The call followed a report by Port Health Services (PHS) that advanced screening and monitoring measures are currently being implemented across the country's point of entry in response to the threat of EVD. PHS said these include active temperature screening, health monitoring protocols, and the deployment of QR code scanners to facilitate efficient passage health declaration and follow-up procedures. Speaking during the workshop, representatives of the health and border control agencies emphasized that surveillance activities had been intensified, particularly at international airports, with special attention placed on passengers arriving from high-risk countries including the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and neighboring regions affected by the disease. On the foreign scene, authorities have said a residential building in Moroccan city of Fez collapsed on Thursday, killing 9 people and injuring others. An initial toll reported by state-run news agency MAP said 4 people died and 6 were injured in the incident. It was declared how many people in total were inside the 5-story building when it crumpled. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has tried to reassure allies over U.S. decision on troop deployment in Europe. Rubio's intervention at the end of the NATO foreign ministers meeting in Sweden came after President Donald Trump said the U.S. will send an extra 5,000 troops to Poland. That decision was a week after a planned deployment of 4,000 troops to the country was cancelled and days after an announcement that U.S. troops will be pulled out of Germany. The announcement had caused confusion among the allies of the Transatlantic Defense Organization. However, at a news conference after the NATO meeting on Friday, Rubio said the U.S. was constantly re-evaluating its troop presence in view of its global commitments, but that the goal was a stronger NATO. And now sports. The Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL) has concluded arrangements to crown the champions of the 2025-26 season either in Lagos or Port Harcourt. Enugu Rangers and Rivers United are in a fierce contest for the title, with only 1 point separating the Flying Antelopes from the Pride of Rivers. Enugu Rangers, who are on 65 points, are away to Ikorodu City in Lagos, while Rivers United, with 64 points, will host Katsina United at the Amiesimaka Stadium in Port Harcourt. The draw and a likely win for Rivers United against Katsina United will confine Rangers to the second position with the consolidation of a CAF Champions League slot. FIFA has announced that the World Cup 2026 will become the first edition of the tournament to feature sign language interpretation broadcasts for every match as part of a broader push to improve accessibility for fans with disability. According to a post obtained from its website on Friday, the governing body says that the initiative is designed to ensure that all supporters can fully experience matches, whether in stadiums or watching remotely. The expanded accessibility package builds on services previously introduced at the FIFA World Cup 2025, including sensory bags and audio descriptive commentaries. For 2026, according to FIFA, interpreters will convey not only play-by-play action, but also emotional and environmental cues such as referee whistle, crowd reactions, and shifts in stadium atmosphere. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we all must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. To end the news, a recap of some of the major stories. River State Governor Sasim Nalaifubara has announced the 65% completion of the 7.1 kilometer Ipo-Igruta bypass road in Ikwere local government area, flagged off last December with the aim of permanently ending the recurring gridlock on the Port Harcourt Airport Road, often caused by community protests. The African Women in Leadership Organization, AWLO, has reiterated the urgent need for deliberate, progressive, and sustained action towards the inclusion of women in governance and politics across Nigeria. We had also brought to you stakeholders in the air transport sector have urged airline operators to avoid transporting individuals suspected of showing symptoms associated with Ebola virus disease in order to minimize the risk of cross-border transmission. That's the news. Thanks for being a part of it. I'm Fito Benson Ajayi. Good night.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage.